was really great because it demonstrates the various ways with which media can be utilized here. Obviously, we all live in New Mexico. We know that New Mexico is dry. We see this desert all around us. And we see images of it in photographs all the time, but when you see something analyzed and colorized in that way, especially that Farmington image, it's not so much clear in sense, it's clear in knowing that this is happening. And so I think that's kind of a really wonderful application of emerging media that we might not have put our finger on before an event like this. So thank you, Caitlin. On the complete other side of that spectrum, I'm very happy to introduce Ellie Brown, who in addition to being the digital media coordinator here at Currents, is also the owner and curator at East of West Gallery, which features the work by Middle Eastern female artists. So if you will all join us in a round of applause for Ellie Brown.
Sorry, it's a lot bigger of a promotion than I wanted, but here we are. And so my name is Ellie Brown. I focus primarily on contemporary Middle Eastern women artists who work in the fields of new media. And so that seems like a very specific area of research that doesn't really have too much to do with Santa Fe. But as our community launches into a radical future of emerging media, we become increasingly connected to extremely diverse global communities. And Santa Fe itself is a very, very diverse community, as you all have experienced. We are incredibly tapped in. Closer? I feel like I'm screaming. Okay. So Santa Fe itself is a very diverse community. We are incredibly tapped into the long list of technologically creative powerhouses that surround us and completely surround the globe. This is due in part to the fact that new and emerging media practices are becoming more and more accessible. From videos shot on our cell phones, to free downloadable software, to the wealth of information that can be found on the internet that we all can access. So this increased accessibility to media allows for increased accessibility to news, communication, and information, learning, sharing, and experiences as well. New media art and the technology behind these works are universal in that they have the possibility to abolish language barriers and the physical borders that keep us apart. These works are relatable through imagery, through technology, and through narrative. And so there is an immediacy to these types of new media work. We are able to interact with many of them instantly, directly from anywhere that we have Wi-Fi. However, this does not mean that they inherently lack depth just because they are quick. They are easier and quicker to produce than ever, which means that we all can do this in our own homes. And these works allow us to create an environment in which we can interact with them in a very intimate way. We can see in this community, in the artistic communities across the globe, a groundbreaking unification of the creative and technological. These expanded means of creative production and exhibition allow artists to share their stories and experiences with a global audience that is not simply hindered by location. You may have seen images or videos in the slides behind me that are new to you, but that you relate to on a different level, maybe because you see this sense of history or nostalgia, or just delving into the world that we don't yet know. And so these are all topics that are constantly expanding, but very consistently reflected on here in Santa Fe. And Santa Fe is a very, very special place. It acts at the same time as a window to the past and a portal to the future. The past and the present are not at all at odds, even though a lot of times people consider the art market here to be very traditional. Santa Fe has always been a groundbreaking city for creatives to explore the unknown. And Santa Fe has also always been an anomaly, which is why we are called the City Different. The more we move forward and become more connected with this global revolution of technology, the more unique we become in exploring our own roots. The fusion of the traditional and contemporary is echoed in communities across the world. Not only is cross-cultural sharing easier, but we are able to compare similarities between us and communities around the world, which is increasingly important in our social, societal, cultural, political climate, in that our differences are often pitted against each other. So organizations like Currents, Meow Wolf, Descartes Labs, Make Santa Fe, the Emerging Media Alliance, and so many more increase our ability to interact with new medias in more and more open and accessible environments, and also increase this, I guess, interest in other communities interacting with us. So Santa Fe is on the global map for emerging and new media art. Here, as you can see in this building, artists are exhibiting dynamic works that have never before been seen or experienced in the whole world. And so, besides these new and emerging media, and our interest in moving forward, and the exemplary array of art that we experience every day, what is our common connection to different global communities throughout the world? So here and elsewhere, we all have a willingness to learn, to explore, to create, to be curious, to meet each other, to figure out new experiences and create those experiences together. This is no different than in places like Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, Nigeria, or Pakistan. And with the help of the Emerging Media Alliance, Santa Fe will continue to strengthen that long, long list of exciting experimental art scenes. As the EMA helps launch our town into the future, we can work together to connect and to learn and to explore and to support and to share ideas with each other and from communities across the world. Thank you.